So it's been announced the next meta is going to be Souryuu, even though I think a lot of us were expecting Fusou because of the anniversary leak from the English anniversary. But it's not. It is going to be Souryuu. Yeah, I know, kind of weird. But her song is really good, so there's that. However, it's Souryuu Meta, meaning it's medium armor, meaning I'm excited because I am going to try to full auto clear Souryuu this time around. With that being said though, that's not what this video is talking about today. We're talking about how to prepare for Souryuu Meta. Now, again, this isn't strange. Most of you guys probably just toss in whatever fleet you're running and just full auto it. But we're going to talk about things to help you improve on your full autos or whatever going into this upcoming meta fight. So, medium armor. Probably going to work the same way as Souryuu. If you guys don't know about Souryuu, this is like the first season of meta fights. It probably is going to be the same thing just like that. Probably going to be the same things just like that. So that being said, medium armor. Now there's two ways to go about doing this. You can do battleships or you can do carriers. You can do both actually, but I don't like doing both because most of the time you want to keep things in on a specific lockdown. If you guys don't know what I mean by this, like most of the time people use Helena Retro, right? If you're using battleships, most of the time you're going to use the, if you're using fast guns, you're using the radar scan on Helena. But if you're using carriers, a lot of the time you actually don't use the radar scan on Helena. So if you're doing a mix and match of like battleships and carriers, having both in the same fleet is kind of weird. Unless you're playing manual, it's kind of weird. So I advise if you can do a setup for backline, just either stick to carriers or stick to battleships. Pick one or the other, whichever works, right? So with that being said, Helena, if you want to go for high scores, Helena definitely is going to stay in there. After that, you need someone durable. There's a lot of durable ships in this game. The more durable, the better. I highly advise heavy cruisers. So anything works. I'm probably going to use Drake. Not going to use my E-Girl for a while, but definitely Drake is going to be there. Anything else is durable. If you guys have like Anchorage or whatever ready, you can use her. If you have like Rune or Rune Moves or whatever, that can also work. Just anyone durable that can survive, because most of the time when it comes to meta fights, if you're scoring lower points or you're not doing a lot of damage and points, it's probably because your Vanguard is sinking. So you want to have durability. Durability is very, very important. And also make sure they have good evasion. Well, I don't have gear right now, but make sure your ships have good evasion. The more evasion, the better. The more chance to survive and whatnot, and so forth, right? So have a couple of those if you're trying to go for survivability, and that's going to improve your scores, right? Tankier your stuff, the better, and have Helena as the buffer. If you want to use more damage buffers, Rune Moves is a good option. Maybe E-Girl for the armor break, but it's not too reliable because it's based on range, and she might go full Papega mode on full auto, so be careful about that. Now for backlines, there's two setups you can do for this. You can do carrier setup, you can do battleship setup. Now if you can do a carrier setup, I advise trying to run ships with high torpedo bomb efficiency. Why? Because it is very, very important, since torpedo bombers are the best way to do single target damage output on this boss. So if you guys want to check, let's go to gear, go to torpedo bomb efficiency, and I should tell you, right, 140% is pretty good. You can do another one right here, but it's 125 and whatnot, and so forth, right? So obviously Arc Rail got a huge retrofit about like what, a month ago or whatever. So this right here is probably gonna be a really good go-to. Two torpedo bombers and whatnot, very, very solid, right? If you want to do a carrier setup, definitely have Arc Royal. It's going to help you out quite a lot. Shinano is good too. Centaur is a good option. Shokaku is a good option and whatnot. And there's also other good ones as well too, like maybe AVP. If you guys have her done at Developer 30, that can work as well too. Maybe Arc Royal Metas, assuming she's already done for you guys and whatnot. Independence is also pretty solid as well too. So a lot of good options for carriers if you guys want to do those. Otherwise, just run whatever you have. Try to go for high torpedo bomb efficiency. Go for Ryusei's obviously, or the German one from the Gear Labs, or even the PR4 one if you like. If you want to do more fast ones and whatnot. So those are solid options there. Now when it comes to battleships, so this one's gonna be a little bit stricter, but can definitely work with anything here. If you guys have New Jersey, she stays in there. She's the highest damage dealer battleship as of right now. Sorry, FDG fans, but she stays. Now, if you want to do more utility base, you can do Duke of York, you can do Hal, stuff like that. That's going to help improve your damage quite a lot. damage amplifier from Duke of York, and the reload buff from Hao as well too. If you want to get the most out of Hao, you gotta run her with another HMS ship, preferably a KGV ship like Duke of York and whatnot. Monarch also applies there too. Otherwise, you gotta use 2 HMS ships to get the little buff or whatever from Hao's passive to make her a little bit stronger. Just a little bit stronger. Now, after that, I advise for battleships run 1 buffer and 2 damage dealers. New Jersey's gonna be a damage dealer. She also works as a debuffer as well too with armor break, but don't rely on that too much. But for the most part, I highly recommend if you're doing some kind of buffer or whatnot, Hao works or Duke of York works. If you want to use both, that's fine. If you don't have like another solid damage dealer option like FDG and whatnot, that can work. But I advise at least have 1. After that, you can do whatever you want. My go-to I'm going to reuse for this fight is going to be New Jersey, FDG, and either Hao or Duke of York, depending on what I'm feeling for the most part. BBFS don't have that. New Jersey, Hao or Duke of York, and some other kind of battleship like Monarch could work. Richelieu could work. And just any solid damage dealer you got, like the Rosia sisters could work too. Just any solid damage dealer, right? And obviously, when it comes to medium armor, you want to run AP guns. I'm using well, I'm not using not those ships, but I'm using AP guns right here. So if you have like Champagne's gun or you have the upcoming what's their face gun, Marco Polo's gun. I haven't made it yet, but that one is also a very solid choice that you can craft. I believe it's somewhere right here. I'm not going to make these because I already have 457s, but if you guys have these, craft those. This is going to be very, very good for the upcoming Souryuu META battle. So if you have these, go ahead and make them. They're really, really good on medium armor. Really high efficiency. 150% modifiers on medium armor. So it's very, very good for the Souryuu META fight. So if you can make these, it's in PR4, definitely make them. It's going to help you out quite a bit and whatnot. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Make sure you have some damage, some buffers and whatnot. You're good to go. New Jersey, Duke of York and stuff. For carriers, like I said earlier, if you have, definitely highly recommend you have an Arc Royal in there after the retrofit. Very, very powerful. After that, do a mix of Shinano, Centaur, Shokaku. You can do Arc Royal META and who's the other one said Independence and stuff as well too. That also works. Otherwise, just throw whatever you guys can. Make sure you have high levels, level 120 if possible. Run very high torpedo bomber efficiency ships. It's going to help out a lot. Throw Ryuseis or German planes and whatnot. And for vanguards, just worry about survivability. When you have the survivability down, work on those damage amplifiers and whatnot. Bring vanguards to do more damage and whatnot, and so forth. Right? Obviously, Helena stays. She's the biggest damage buffer in the game. After that, work on survivability. And if that doesn't work, then I don't know. Just run like washing machines and beaver badges and the other little thing that lets you survive and it gets healed or whatever. I think my Gion has it right here. The little pearls tier. Run this. It's gonna help you out quite a bit. All right, guys. Hope that helps. And good luck. The update comes in probably about 5 or 6 days or so. We will all see the other sister of the rabbits.